Our universe is abundant, and our creative energy is unlimited. What we are really attempting to do is to break out of these limiting beliefs. Gradually, layer by layer, we must eliminate all the old programs that stand in the way of knowing our divine potential. We can then use our free will to create lives of growth and fulfillment once we understand how to direct our energy towards our positive goals. It is important to remember that we chose whatever people or situations we encountered in our early years. We selected the people and lessons of our first 28 years very carefully prior to incarnating. These relationships were wisely selected in order to advance our souls in clearing up the unhealed energies of our past. We didn't choose the difficult ones just to suffer. It was part of our lessons to learn about ourselves. We also set up these experiences to release karma from past lives. Karma refers to the law or principle which governs one's experiences over collective lifetimes and within the individual lifetime. Some people call it the law of cause and effect, and it simply means that we will harvest exactly what we have planted. It is the principle of individual responsibility. We control our own destiny by our thoughts, words, and deeds. These challenging circumstances can be turned into opportunities to gain great wisdom, compassion, and self-understanding. Also, we may have chosen extremely difficult lessons so that later we could teach others on the subject. Our negative attitudes, habits, and thought patterns block the flow of energy throughout our beings, create stress, limits our perspective, and immobilize our actions with fear. Releasing ourselves from fear, anxiety, and guilt is a prerequisite to gaining fuller control of mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual processes. It is necessary to gain confidence in ourselves and in our abilities to trust our intuitive powers. By retraining our minds to develop positive, healthy self-images, we affect the success of our relationships, career, finances, and sense of well-being. Doing this inner work is necessary for mystical development. Changing habits and attitudes does require work. We have to accept total responsibility for our parts in creating our life scenarios. We'd like to be able to blame others for the way our lives have gone. As mystics, we realize that we have to set up others to reflect our negative programs in order for us to see and change these programs in ourselves. The basic message of these old programs is that we are either less than everyone and have to try constantly to win other people's approval, or that we're greater than everyone, and our job is to shape everyone up to our higher level of consciousness. The less than, better than comparison is an endless, hopeless struggle. Both of these stances are based on our insecurities and lack of self-love. We finally learn to stop. See ourselves as we truly are, access our positive qualities and strengths, our own weaknesses, and work to develop ourselves. This self-acceptance leads to unconditional love for the self and others. The search for it outside ourselves must end. Many of our role models were very dysfunctional, but in every life experience there was always something positive to be learned and gained. Alcoholic parents show us by example how trying to numb one's painful feelings through substance abuse will never work. A parent who plays a submissive, codependent role teaches us how the martyr role never leads to personal happiness and fulfillment. A workaholic or absent parent shows us how the pain of running away from being intimate creates an empty existence as well. If we review and release these patterns, we no longer have to